Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to create live webinar registrant for Facebook lead ads lead. So I'm a personality development coach and I promote my webinars that I'm hosting with the help of Facebook lead ads, and I conduct my webinars using LiveWebinar. Here what I want is that as soon as any of the potential customers or clients, a new lead is going to be generated using Facebook lead ads, I want to enroll that lead and create that lead as a registrant in my live webinar account in the webinar that I'm hosting. Now doing this manually is very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build a connection between Facebook lead ads and live webinar with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to create live webinar registrant for Facebook lead ads lead. So as a personality development coach, I use Facebook lead ads to attract potential clients who are interested in my workshops and training programs. And I use live webinars to host my live training sessions where I engage with my participants. To streamline the process, I have set up an automation that instantly adds my new lead that are generated with the help of Facebook lead ads as a registrant in the webinar that I'm hosting using LiveWebinar. This ensures that my potential clients receive their webinar access details without any manual efforts, allowing me to focus more on delivering impactful sessions. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between Facebook lead ads and LiveWebinar with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the all Pabbly apps in front of you, in which you can see all the products that Pabbly provides, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Create Live Webinar Registrant for Facebook Lead Ads Lead. Okay, so this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I have created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select Facebook lead ads automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create Live Webinar Registrant for Facebook Lead Ads Lead, and you can see over here there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two principles. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Facebook Lead Ads. As with the help of Facebook lead ads, I'm promoting the webinars that I'm hosting, and recently I have organized a webinar. I want that as soon as many of the potential customers or clients, a new lead is going to be generated as they are interested in one of my webinars, automatically the trigger over here should capture the response of that. And that is why over here for my trigger application, I've selected as Facebook lead ads. And then for my trigger event, I'm going to select it as new lead instant. After selecting the trigger application and the event, now to build the connection between Facebook lead ads and Pabbly Connect, click on this connect button right here. A window is going to appear in front of you. On click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After clicking on add new connection, over here it says connect with Facebook lead ads. Before clicking on this button over here, remember to log into your Facebook account on a new tab so that connecting your Facebook lead ads with Pabbly Connect will be much easier. Now I'm going to click on this button right over here. As I'm going to do that, this window is going to appear in front of you, and this is the account that I've created in my Facebook. Now I'm going to continue with this account. For that, I'm going to click on this continue button right here. As I've done that, you can see I've successfully authorized Facebook lead ads to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing over here, if I'm going to scroll on, it is asking for the page and the lead gen form. For the page over here, I've created a page in my Facebook account in the name of Spark Success Coaching, and using this page, I'm promoting my webinars with the help of Facebook lead ads. So what I'm going to do is, for the page over here, I'm going to search for the page that I've created. This is the page. I'm going to select the page from the drop down, okay? After selecting the page, it is asking for us to select a lead gen form. So I've created a lead ads form over here in the name of webinar registration form. So for the lead gen form, I'm going to select as webinar registration form. After selecting the page and the lead gen form, over here it says save and send test request. Before clicking on this button, I want the simple response format in the trigger response right away. So I'm going to toggle this simple response button on and click on the save and send test request button right here. As I've done that, it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether Facebook lead ad is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I am going to generate a test lead, and after generating the test lead, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the test lead being generated or not, and how we can generate a test lead with the help of Facebook lead ads. For that, open the Meta's lead ads testing tool. Using this tool, you can generate the test lead for your Facebook lead ads. Okay, it is asking for us to select the page. So I've created a page in the name of Spark Success Coaching. So I'm going to select the page over here. For the form, I've selected as webinar registration form, and then I'm going to click on this preview form button right here. So this is the lead gen form that I've created. You can see right over here with the help of which I'm collecting my leads data. It is asking for my leads first name. So the first name over here, I'm going to write it as best. For the last name over here, I'm going to write it as user. It is asking for the email. So for the email over here, I'm going to write it as bestuser34@pabblytudes.com. For the phone number over here, I'm going to enter a dummy mobile number right here. After that, for the city over here, I'm going to write it as Indore, okay? It is asking for the postal code. Firstly, I'm going to select the country as India right over here. And then for the postal code, I'm going to write in a dummy postal code right here. After filling the required details, I'm going to click on this continue button and on submit to do the test submission. As I've done that, you can see over here it says, thank you, lead has been sent. As now the test lead is generated, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. And yes, you can see over here, the response of the test lead being generated has been captured. First name comes as best, last name as user, email as best user34@pabblytudes.com. For the phone number, the mobile number, city as Indore, and the postal code, the dummy postal code with the created date and time and all the other details. As now the response of the lead being generated using Facebook lead ads has been captured in our trigger, this means that Facebook lead ads has now been successfully connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. After setting up our trigger step, my objective is that as soon as a new lead by the potential customers or clients who are interested in the webinar that I'm hosting is going to be generated using Facebook lead ads, I want to create this lead as a registrant in the webinar that I'm hosting using LiveWebinar. Now for that, we're going to set up our action step, and for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as LiveWebinar. And for the action event over here, I'm going to select as create webinar registrant. Then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you. On which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, click on connect with live webinar right here. Over here, then you can see it is asking for a permission on a new window. I'm going to click on this authorize button as Pabbly Connect is a safe platform and your data is going to be perfectly safe with it. So I'm going to click on this authorize button right here. As I've done that, you can see we've successfully authorized live webinar to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, it is asking for the webinar with enabled registration. So I've created a webinar over here in the name of Mastering Personal Growth, Unlock Your Full Potential. And I want to create registrants in this webinar right over here. So what I'm going to do is, for the webinar from the drop down, I'm going to select as Mastering Personal Growth, Unlock Your Full Potential over here, okay? After selecting the webinar, it is asking for the registration form ID. So this is the form ID. I'm going to select the drop down away. I'm going to select the ID from the drop down right over here. Next, it is asking for the registrant name, email, and the details of the registrant that we are creating. So the data of these fields, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how it works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this, you can see this was a previous step. As I'm going to click on it, this is the same response that was captured in our previous step. It is asking for the registrant's name, and in the previous response, I have received the leads data, and I want to create create the same lead as a registrant. So I'm going to select the data of the name, first name and the last name from my previous response of my lead. As I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped, and as I've mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Similarly, for the email, I'm going to map the data of the email. It says send confirmation to registrant's email. I'm going to select it as yes right over here. It is asking for the first name, so I'm going to map the data of the first name. For the last name, I'm going to map the data of the last name, and for the email, again, I'm going to map the data of the email. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the Save and Send Test Request button right here. As I've done that, we have received a response, and this is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my webinar that I'm hosting with the help of LiveWebinar. So this is the webinar right over here. In this webinar, it says attendees, and over here it says manage registrants. I'm going to click on this button right here. As I'm going to do that, you can see a new registrant in the name of best user with the email as bestuser34@pabblytudes.com is successfully created in the webinar that I'm hosting in the name of Mastering Personal Growth, Unlock Your Full Potential in my LiveWebinar account. As now this registrant is successfully created, this means that we have successfully created an automation between Facebook lead ads and LiveWebinar with the help of Pabbly Connect. But now for all of you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check whether the connection that I've built between LiveWebinar and Facebook lead ads with the help of Pabbly Connect is successful or not. And for that, I'm going to generate another test lead with the help of Facebook lead ads. And after generating another test lead, I'm going to check whether a new registrant has been added to the webinar that I'm hosting using LiveWebinar or not. Okay. For generating another test lead, I'm going to again open Meta's lead ads testing tool. So this is the tool, and over here it says you can create one lead per form. You'll need to delete an existing lead in order to create a new one. So as I've already created a lead with the help of this form, so I'm going to delete the existing lead from here. It says a lead has been deleted. Now I'm going to refresh this page from here. And as I've done that, you can see the lead has now been deleted. Now again, I'm going to select the page over here and the form and click on this preview form button. So this is the lead gen form. I'm going to fill in the required details. Over here it is asking for all these details, so which I'm going to fill right now. As you can see, I filled in the details. First name is new, last name is student, email is newstudent@pabblytudes.com with a dummy mobile number, city as Bhopal and a postal code. After filling the required details, I'm going to click on this continue button and on submit to do the test submission. As over here it says a test lead has been sent. As now the test lead is again generated, I'm going to go back to my LiveWebinar account. This is the registrants page of my webinar that I'm hosting. I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I refresh the page, you can see a new registrant in the name of newstudent@pabblytudes.com and the name as new student has been successfully added as a registrant in the webinar that I'm hosting using LiveWebinar. As now a new registrant is added, this means that we have successfully built the connection between Facebook lead ads and LiveWebinar with Pabbly Connect. So now to sum till now what we have done, I'm a personality development coach and I host a lot of webinars as a coach. I promote my webinars with the help of Facebook lead ads and I manage all of them with the help of LiveWebinar. Here what I've done is that over here for the trigger I've selected as Facebook lead ads new lead instant, as whenever by the potential customers or clients a new lead is going to be generated with the help of Facebook lead ads for the webinar that I'm hosting. Over here with the help of this action step, that is LiveWebinar create webinar registrant, that lead is going to be created as a registrant in my LiveWebinar account in the webinar that I'm hosting. And with Pabbly Connect, I've built the connection between these two applications in this manner. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.